Welcome to Nother Realm, a narrative-driven tabletop role-playing game experience. This season, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Kinda. If you'd rather watch the chaos unfold, our game sessions hit YouTube the day after each podcast release. Our next podcast episode comes out on Monday, October 27th. Our language on this program can get a little spicy, but if that doesn't bother you, I'm Tanner, and I play Celerev Kismet.
My name's Will, and I play Ziggy Steelbones.
I'm Frazier, and I play Serafina Dawnstrider.
I'm Emily, and I play Cragvar Dextrel.
And I'm Bruce, your Dungeon Master for this campaign. Welcome to the first episode of Nother Realm, The Unknowing. The year is 1191 of the Age of Resonance, and for a time, the world breathes easy. The four heroes, Archie, Six, Osiris, and Markbark, had saved it all. It didn't matter that their journey left scars or that not every choice was pure. When the dust settled, they were the ones who stood between Etoria and oblivion. The Never There was broken. Tivian's corruption was ended. The threat of being forgotten was gone, at least for now. Somewhere beyond the living, cradled in the waves of the drift, a gallery stands. Its stones set by steady hands, one of metal, one of flesh. Archie and Six, dressed nearly alike as always, carry on their peculiar afterlife here, tending lives lived in paintings. As each image shifts and shimmers with memory, they watch the friends they made live out new chapters of their lives. Osiris, beaming beneath a garland archway, wed half-orc strong guy and set forth on a life of adventure, her laughter echoing with the joy of found family. Markbark Smooth, gem-eyed and always seeking, now aware of the splinter in his soul, began the long voyage to remake what was broken inside himself. He was never alone, always searching. Their names, whispered across Etoria, became songs of gratitude. The kingdom remembered them, even as the land itself changed. And somewhere further still, in the shadowed periphery of all that is and might be, the god of death lingered. Taish watched from the edge of existence, a shape nearly reminiscent of a smile curling at the corners of its shadowed face. They admired the tenacity of the living and the dead alike, and yet something gnawed at them. Some forgotten thread, some lost memory, tugged at the god's being. Perhaps the passage of time dulls even a divine edge, and old wounds are slow to close. Death was tired, after all. As Taish turned back to the endless work of endings, a sudden, crushing pain bloomed at the center of their existence. Something precious had been left behind and forgotten in the turmoil, for even gods, it seems, will lose their place in the story. Deep beneath the currents of the drift, Argo Malkot's body descended, the black heart of death clenched in his fingers. He drifted further than any mortal soul had ever dared, a silent plunge that tore his conscious mind from its vessel, casting him into the depths of oblivion. As Argo vanished beneath the waves, something from a place unknown and roiling with turmoil stirred in the twilight waters, drawn by the pulsing power of the god heart. It moved unseen, relentless, like a predator in a midnight sea. None bore witness to what happened next. And above, the world shuddered. Lear shifted, subtle at first, then all at once, and everywhere. Across kingdoms and continents, even in the constellations overhead, reality rippled. The recently dead awoke, blinking and bewildered. Warriors survived wounds that should have ended them. Ailing children took miraculous breaths. Villagers argued over whether it was fate, folly, or the gods at work. But as days passed, it became clear something fundamental had slipped loose. The frequency grew. People lost long ago reappeared, sometimes young, sometimes old, sometimes only half remembered. The night sky twisted, unfamiliar stars burning where none had ever been mapped. Artifacts of unknown purpose, snatches of strange music, and ghostly figures drifting through the hearts of towns all became part of the new normal. Lear, and everything beyond it, was becoming something other. And Taish, well, Taish was nowhere to be found. Now let us peer into the portals of tragedy, where the heroes of our adventure begin their forging. Dawnstrider! Seraphina had found what she needed to finally pin the murder of her father and mother on Lord Arrowgrave. 3 guardsmen flanked her, weapons at the ready. They would bring Arrowgrave to justice, or they would lay him low. Seraphina stepped forward.
Your lips are not fit for my family's name to grace.
Tenia stood, gesturing to 2 men sitting at his table. They stood, and all 3 drew their blades. Really sorry, miss, one of the men spoke. Unfortunately for you, Arrowgrave paid us a lot more to kill Cedric than Cedric ever paid us to guard him. Money talks, bullshit walks, you know?
Alis, my father treated you like his family. You were given everything you could ask for.
Turns out I wanted more. The 3rd man, as of on cue, flipped the table at Seraphina and the guards. Seraphina whipped her hand, bringing forth a magical shield to deflect it. The 2 groups collided in flashes of steel and magic. The 3rd man fell, a cry of agony escaping his lips as a guard ran him through. A blast of magic laid another guardsman low. Seraphina and Lord Arrowgrave slammed blades and magic against each other, sparks flying in hatred for one another. Alias's blades danced, fending off the 2 guardsmen at every turn. He held his ground, patiently waiting like a viper for his chance to strike. Seraphina struck out with another magic shield, setting Arrowgrave off balance and pressing her attack. For every step back he took, she followed with righteous ferocity. He would not escape this time. He would harm no others. He would pay for what he did. She would see her family's name restored. Alias struck, finding his opportunity, slipping his blade into the gap in one of the guard's armor. The guard fell as blood pooled on the floor. 1 left. Alias pressed the attack. Seraphina weaved her blade through the air, feinting and collapsing the gap between her and Tenius. Arrowgrave continued to backpedal. Seraphina surged forward, slamming the pommel of her blade against Lord Arrowgrave's head, flinging him to the floor. Lord Arrowgrave scrambled backwards away from her.
This is for my mother and father.
She spat as she raised her blade high. Seraphina saw it before she felt it. The blade of a sword stuck through her body, blood cascading to the ground away from her. You really should hold your tongue, girl. He ripped his blade from her back, and she crumpled to her side. She choked, unable to breathe. Alias helped Lord Arrowgrave up, and Tenius knelt in front of her. You are useless, just as your mother and father were, and you will die as a wretch, just like they did. Seraphina's world faded to black, with the last realization being that she had failed to avenge her family. Ziggy was the 3rd to make it to the vault of Lord Tornad von Eisenhart. His 2 companions, Rhea and Marka, had already broken down the numerous wards on the door. Now it was his turn to do what he did best. The only audible sound was the tiny clicks and turns of gears as he passed the locks. The door was open. Entering the vault room, the crew's eyes settled on their prize. The gem of Antien, a magnificent blue sapphire with a dragon's hoard in gold, and that's just what they were promised to retrieve it. High risk, high reward, so the saying goes. Rhea and Marka approached, reaching out with their magic to break wards as they grew closer. Ziggy's eyes scanned the room for traps. After what seemed like an eternity of slow, purposeful approach, they reached the pedestal. Ziggy could see the sliver of gaps of the pressure plates beneath the sapphire, and he knew the sapphire's weight was key to setting it off. Luckily, he'd been prepared. He had studied every record of the sapphire changing hands he could find. Ziggy produced a weight from his bag, and in a flash, whipped the weight onto the pedestal, removing the sapphire. All 3 felt their hearts sink as they heard the faint sound of glass cracking. Rhea and Marka had missed a final ward. Complex in nature and deftly spun, the broken barrier enchantment cracked further, louder, faster.
Time to go!
How did we miss it? Marka hissed. I don't know. Rhea responded in terror. They turned, sprinting from the pedestal. The floor collapsed. Impact. Ziggy and the other members of his crew pushed themselves up from the dirt and glanced around. Only a small pond was visible on the other side of the room. Hey, maybe we can get out of here if we swim, said Marka. The 3 ran to the water. As they reached the edge, they waded in. Marka yelped and was yanked beneath the surface.
Marka!
A gray mass rose from the water. 3 eyes adorned its head in a vertical column. Fins and tentacles extended from its body, and in one, Marka slumped. The creature set Marka down, and Marka's eyes jolted open. A spell slammed into Ziggy, flinging him back. "Marka, what are you doing?" Rhea shouted in fear, but then she too began to convulse. She crumpled, clutching her head and shrieking. Rhea stood and looked up at Ziggy. The monster had control. Tears streamed down both their faces. They fought as the monster made them level their hands at Ziggy. "We can't stop it," they both forced out. "We're sorry, Ziggy." The spells shot from their hands like bullets. As they traveled across the room, the only thought that went through Ziggy's head was,
What a shit way to go.
In the quiet shadows of the royal gardens, Cellar of Kismet waited. The tiefling courtier's deep blue skin shimmered faintly beneath the silver starlight. His elegant fingers tightly clutching a parchment bearing verses destined to be his last. His presence and poetic charm had captured the admiration and envy of Annuin's court, but it also brought enemies. Whispers had reached him earlier, a subtle, chilling warning from someone who owed him a favor, that the king's patience had at last unraveled. The queen's affection for Celeriv was an open secret, scandalous, yet silently acknowledged by courtiers who thrived on intrigue. But Celeriv knew it was not merely the queen's passion that had doomed him, it was the truths he guarded, whispered confidences shared beneath watchful eyes, secrets of the crown too perilous to let live. The assassin appeared without sound, a figure carved from shadows and bitterness. Celeriv turned, resigned yet defiant, his topaz eyes locking with the hooded visage of his executioner. No words passed between them, only the fleeting, unspoken understanding of roles assigned by fate and jealousy. Steel flashed briefly, a silver streak like a falling star, swift and silent. The courtier stumbled backward, crimson pulling swiftly across embroidered robes that had once glided elegantly through the halls of Annuin. His knees struck the garden path gently, almost gracefully, as if he knelt to receive one final silent homage from an unseen audience. Celerev's lips parted in a final, soundless verse, eyes cast skyward toward stars indifferent to mortal grief. He thought briefly of the queen's affection, understanding that while his voice would be silenced, the quiet truths he bore would linger, etched forever in the defiance of his final breath. Cragmore wasn't sure when he noticed the vibrating sensation under his feet. As the vibrations grew, loose rock danced upon the stone floor of his village of Ilyaskis. The tremors grew with mighty force and cacophonous rumbling. The villagers burst into panic. Cragmore's adrenaline began to surge. Something was wrong. From the stony floors of the village, creatures burst forth in front of Cragmore, sending out shards of shrapnel. Cragmore heard screams of shock, pain, and fear. He whipped out his horn and blew, sounding the alarm. Ilyaskis was under attack. Cragmore had never seen these creatures before. Rocky hides, sharp, jagged maws, and claws like stalactites adorned their appendages. He did not know why they were here. He only knew his mission. He whipped his blade from his side, charging to meet them.
Defenders! Ilyaskis, to me! All others, mouth of cave!
His blade bounced off the hide, and the creature spun, whipping its tail at him. He slipped away, and they continued their lethal dance.
Monsters! Away from here! Away from home!
He slipped past another rush from the creature and dug his blade deep into the eye socket. He whipped the blade out, slinging blood through the air. One down, many to go. More of the monsters pressed him, but he heard the footsteps of the shouts of his brethren approaching. Cragmore would hold this place. The creatures harried him, wearing him down. Cragmore continued to fell them. While preoccupied with one, another flung itself through the air, striking Cragmore like a boulder jettisoned from a catapult. Cragmore flew, colliding into the nearest wall. He felt ribs break. The metallic taste of blood covered his mouth. His breathing became labored. His breathing became labored. His left arm hung limp. Still, Cragmore stood.
No harm village!
The creatures closed in, and Kragmar whipped his blade at them, back against the wall, barely standing. As if sent from the gods themselves, the other defender slammed into the group of creatures. Magic cracked stony hides, blades pierced weak points, blood flew, and the creatures fell. Kragmar had held them back. Kragmar had held the line. Kragmar was so very tired. Kragmar's vision grew hazy, and he slid down the wall he was slumped on. His friends raced up to him, and the shaman leader, Azula, followed.
Out of my way, you oafs!
She exclaimed. Azula's eyes passed over Kragmar's body, and she pressed her hands to his torso. She poured magic into him, attempting to undo the damage he had suffered. Kragmar smiled at Azula.
It okay, Azula. Kragmar think no can fix.
Tears joined Azula's outpouring of magic. Chief Drazin approached, kneeling next to Kragmar.
Kragmar, my friend, I am so sorry. We did not reach you in time.
Kragmar grinned as his vision started to fade. His hearing started to muffle, and his body started to go limp.
It okay, Draz. Any hurt?
Not a single one.
Good.
Kragmar had always been the smallest kobold of his tribe. On that day, he became the mightiest. After suffering defeat in each of your lives and being claimed by the only reliable thing in this world, death, you all feel the underlying state of existence. Awareness. Just that. Time seems to stretch on, seemingly never-ending in this state. You are at peace after lives of endless struggle. Some lives on the path of justice, some not. Good or evil, irrelevant in this space. You float onwards lazily. You don't exactly know when you noticed the simple state of awareness begin to fade, or the cold grasp of something pulling you from this idle state that you rest in. As if like lightning flashing to earth, you slam back into physical existence. You each feel the warmth return to a body you had forgotten you had. The electric sensation of nerves at rest gaining life again as blood flows. You all smell the damp, dusty odor of a building long without use. You feel the wood of the benches, the cushion of the seats, the marble of the floor, and the earthen smell of decay. All four of you lurch to awakened state. In the gallery of a courtroom.
Shit.
As you all regain consciousness, you are acutely aware of strange sensations on your body. Fraser, Seraphina is aware of this feeling on her right shoulder. Will, Ziggy is aware of this feeling on his left forearm. Tanner, Selarev is aware of this feeling on his right bicep. Emily, Kragmar is aware of this feeling on his left ankle.
I guess I'm going to look down at my left forearm then.
Does everyone investigate the sensation?
I'm looking at my ankle.
Are we standing? Did we wake up on
You
the
wake
floor?
up sitting, you were sitting with your, slumped over a table.
Are we across from one another?
It's a large room with, marble floors. There's one entrance opposite of what appears to be a judge's pew. It's caved in by rock and shattered wood, and water has leaked through and pooled, so the rocks, the beams of wood, and the fragments of materials on that area, they're all slick with moss and water. And then behind the judge's pew, you see two doors, and it's about a 40 by 40 foot room, and the ceiling about 50 to 60 feet high. So it's you're in a very large room. You're seated at wooden pews, basically, and you were all slumped over them in various locations in the room.
Selarev will immediately take in everything in the room. They are a tiefling. I'm a tiefling with this midnight sort of wolf cut hair and these very dark blue horns that sweep around like ram's horns. And my skin is a sapphire color. Very well dressed in this sort of elaborate jacket that is brown with an undershirt of navy blue. And there's gold accents on everything. He's got a few earrings on one side. A few rings on their hands. And I look around the room real quick and I shake my head and I just say, What the absolute fuck? My throat was slit. Who are you people?
Seraphina is going to look up and kind of look around with a confused look on her face. She reaches under her gold and blue-plated armor to rub her right shoulder, kind of questioning what this strange feeling is. She also has this kind of blonde hair that nearly has a pinkish hue to it. She's a half-elf, of course, pointy ears, half-elf, half-human. And you can see just past the edge of her armor that wraps around her neck, a very lightly filled-in red rose tattoo on her neck. A rather petite young half-elf. And she looks around and says, Who are you people? How did we get here? I am dead. That bastard Alias.
Cragmar still looks dazed. For reference, he is a very small, youngish adult.
SMOL.
Small. He's a small boy, a little kobold. He's very red with very yellow eyes. And he...
Don't forget, Emily. Him's horns have barely grown.
Him's horns have barely grown.
My God.
He is like I said, very young adult kobold. He, if I don't know if this is too metagaming, but he just became adult. So anyways, he's a red scaly kobold with a little scar on the corner of his left side upper lip. He's got a little gold tipped horn that he got as a celebration for when he reached adulthood. Cragmar is kind of like holding his head, and he goes, Where Cragmar?
Fucking shit.
Yes, this is going to be so good. Okay, all right. At that point, Ziggy kind of stands up and dusts himself off. He's not sure where he is, and he has this look of just like kind of wariness and very, very, he's taking in this whole scene. He's not sure what adventure he's certain that he died, but he's not sure what adventure he's in for now, but this is something new. So fuck it, let's go. He got a very deep blue. You see a very short guy, probably about 4 foot tall, stand up from his seat, and he's very blue skinned, very deep blue, very, very kind of grayish blue skin. You can tell that he's a deep gnome. He's got slick back hair in kind of the Archie style haircut with it's a very, very light blonde, almost white if you're not looking at it appropriately, but it's definitely a mullet for certain. It's a mullet.
It's a mullet.
I'm gonna stop you there. You cannot go. It's an Archie style haircut. It's a mullet. That is insulting.
It's got
welcome.
the cut. It's got a short haircut on the side and long in the back. It's like
this, but
front.
a mullet.
Business in the front,
Yeah,
party in the back.
Business in the front, party in the back, and it's definitely longer and more full in the back than Archie's ever was. It's just
Because Archie didn't have a fucking mullet.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
The first thing you notice if you look at his face, he's got piercing purple eyes, like very deep purple eyes. It kind of contrasts from his skin, very, very much so. But if you look even further, he has an eye tattoo on his right cheek. It's a tattoo of an eye that if you're not paying attention, you might think was his eye if his eyes weren't open. He's got other markings down his chin. And and the other thing is that in his right ear, he has multicolored jewels adorning that entire right ear. Wearing plain thieves' clothing and in a dark green tint. I mean, you would look at this guy and be like, "That's a thief. He's for sure about to steal some stuff." But yeah.
And for the record, for everyone watching on YouTube, if you're wondering why we're describing this, is because we also are a podcast. So we want our listeners to know what people look like.
You know what's funny about not being a DM and having like character lists and certain descriptions up and stuff and like knowing what I'm going to say is I forget stuff about my own character. So once we talk again, I've got a couple things to add. But beyond that,
It's all
cool.
good.
Good deal. All right, what's he say, Will?
Ziggy stands up and like, well, I'm not sure who any of you guys are. My name's Ziggy. We find ourselves in quite a predicament, I suppose.
This
Hello?
fucking
Is anyone here?
bastardization.
Hello.
I just want you all to know that for the last campaign, I listened to a lot of people talk with like a British kind of gangster-esque accent to try to work on mine, and will just listen to me do it.
Yeah, I was like,
These
he knew
bruises
Archie
only
right now.
inspiration.
One degree of separation.
I want to be very clear. This is not a British accent. It's going to morph between British, Australian, all the things that I don't know how to do. So
Isn't
it's
this
cool.
the same voice that you did for one of the Christmas specials?
Nope.
I swear, if you say crikey at any point during this,
Crikey! That's not a knife. This is a
It's a
fucking knife.
Look at my knife. Stab.
Fucking A. We're in for it here, boys and girls.
This is going to be
We
so
did it.
good.
We
It's
did.
great. It's so
Oh,
good.
man. So many
I'll-
people with accents are going to fucking hate us.
right?
Yep.
Sullivan will look over at Ziggy and shake their head. I will now note that across their face there is a gold line that goes from ear to ear across the bridge of their nose and across each cheek, and a golden disc in the center of their forehead that are very well maintained and very, very shiny. So there you go, extra accoutrement, and maybe a little real dark lipstick. Because why the fuck not? I'll look over at Ziggy. I seem to have a slight headache. If you don't mind, the boisterous introductions are a little too much.
Fuck your headache. And he's gonna like stealthily run over to the doors and start checking them out. Like he's gonna do some ridiculous
I think he means
shit.
stealthfully, as in not everyone in the room, maybe people outside of the room.
Yeah,
He goes over,
yeah.
it's like tiptoeing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna check out the
I'm like
door.
hiding behind the different pews, just like, okay, have you ever played Persona 5? You kind of jump between little hiding spots. I'm just doing that over to the door.
But what it actually looks like is Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
I'm not actually trying to be stealthy.
Will roll a
just kind
stealth
of like,
roll.
okay, oh, yes, I am. Hold on.
First roll of the campaign.
First roll of the campaign. I can hit this stealth button. Boom. 23.
23 total.
All right, so
Nice.
Nice. You have
So,
a plus
He's
10.
a stealthy boy. So I guess
well,
I
yeah,
don't
I
go
mean,
Kronk.
like you guys know Ziggy's moving, and you all kind of can keep track of him because you saw where he started. But like, you definitely don't want that dude to walk up behind you in a dark alley because you would lose your purse.
I will look over to Seraphina, seeing that she is someone that kind of holds herself with some form of authority, and reach out a slender hand, and I'll say, "You look like someone who can hold themselves in official capacity, unlike some of these other ruffians here. I am Torian Real. A pleasure to meet you."
All right, and Seraphina is going to confidently reach her hand back out to Celerev and shake it and say, Torian Real, Seraphina Dawnstrider, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Do you underestimate Cragmar?
And he reaches out his little hand.
No, Cragmar, I don't think anyone has had an opportunity to underestimate you just yet, but I might soon.
Cragmar heard of authority. I am the authority.
I
am the authority.
I doubt you're the authority here, because anyone who must announce themselves as the authority obviously doesn't hold it so much.
I am now officially underestimating you.
I think you're probably estimating them the right amount.
Cragmar starts grumbling to himself. Authority.
Little one, what is your name?
Cragmar is my name. Me am Cragmar.
Great. I'm sure we'll have many fine conversations.
Well, I wasn't hoping to deal with this level of intellect today, but at least I have Torian here, and he seems like he can, again, as you said, carry yourself quite well. So, I don't know where to go from here. Why are we here?
They, if you don't mind, but also it seems like the scrappy one near the door might be trying to pursue that particular line of conversation. Hail, mullet man. Anything beyond the door?
You guys don't seem to recognize your positions. We're dead. You know this, right? And I look at all of them from across the room.
Well, I'm actually fairly certain if you're dead, you don't feel pain, and my beautiful bicep is rather uncomfortable, so I'm not sure you're actually correct in that assumption.
Is anybody gonna check out these sensations?
Yeah, I'll look at my bicep at this point. Roll up
I
my
think
sleeve.
at that point we should all look at our ailments, whatever the fuck they are.
Seraphina rolls up her sleeve to check
It's not
her shoulder.
pain. It's just a sensation, almost like a cold sensation. I just want to make that clear.
Where's Cragmar's on their ankle?
Left ankle.
The only one that'd be hard to look at would be Seraphina's because her shoulder, but I guess you could.
Well, she's
She
gonna
has
roll up her
cloth.
sleeve.
Yeah,
or-
yeah. You're clothed. You're not armored, so it'd be okay for you to look at it right now. So.
All right, I look at my shoulder, Bruce. Do I see anything on my skin or like any kind of indication there's an injury or?
Yeah, your shoulder's gone. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit! Oh,
No.
well, that would be an
Okay,
injury.
all right, okay. So all of you are checking, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so you all see, in the place of the strange cold sensation, what appears to be a black, inky handprint on each of your bodies. Thumb and 4 fingers clearly splayed. It doesn't hurt, and the sensation actually begins to fade. The mark, however, does not.
Is this like a particularly large handprint, or like is it a pretty normal sized like human handprint?
Pretty average looking handprint.
So, but
yeah.
it is like an actual size of hand,
Yes.
not like a smaller. Okay.
No,
to
it's like
scale.
actual size.
Point of reference: can we use the mark of Saruman as a judge, except it's black and not white?
Yeah, kind of.
Or you could just think of it as a handprint. I don't
No,
know why
the-
is that
What it
difficult?
looks like. This is
but-
what it looks like. It looks like somebody took their hand, put it in black inky paint,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
laid it on you.
Slapped you.
I-
All right.
A forced tattoo? This is not a kink that I signed up for. Marred skin. Freckles fine, but this? Ugh. And I try and rub it off.
It does not come off.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I can't say it doesn't kind of go well with my rose. I think I'm okay with it.
You're okay with someone randomly putting a marking on you that you didn't ask for?
Well, no, not generally. I just don't hate this one.
For people speaking of intellect, you guys are kind of stupid. And he checks out the door.
For
Cool.
people speaking of intellect, the fuck do you come off insulting people you've just met and not even introduced yourself to?
I'm much smarter than you. It's terrible. That's so bad.
Where are you
that's
even
door.
from?
Check
Your
it
voice
out.
is insane.
I'll turn to Seraphina. I have never met someone that I so quickly disliked.
Bruce, what's going on with this door? Let me
What
check it
door
out
are
real
you
quick.
looking at, dude?
I'm looking at the. So I was purposefully going up to where the rubble and then the two double door behind the judge's
Okay,
podium.
all right.
That's where
so
I was
okay,
trying
so
to go.
not the rubble. The rubble's on the other side. The rubble is opposite of the judge's pew, and that's like basically a cave-in.
Okay. I want the door behind.
Okay, so there's 2 doors behind the judge's pew.
Let's go one on the left. Yeah, always
Okay.
left is best. Yeah, let's go, baby.
All right. Do you open that door?
I would like to. I am a rogue. For the first time in my Dungeons and Dragons career, I'm a rogue. And what rogues do is they check for traps, baby. Let me check
Okay.
for traps.
All right. I want you to roll me an investigation.
Oh no! Oh, it's +5, dude. Okay, I want to take a quick second here to explain that Bruce is the tough DM. I've had the opportunity to play with Bruce before. One time, Bruce is a tough DM, and I gamed the shit out of this thing to create the best character that I could, and I rolled a 10. Fuck. So I rolled a 10.
All right. Well, you explode.
Does he really?
Oh, God, I was going to say, damn, for a 10, that feels a little rough. Damn,
no, that's
I was just saying.
All right. Okay. All right. So you check the door, and I mean, you're relatively confident that it's probably not trapped.
Then open that bad boy, I shall, and I'm going to peek my little head through and see. That's my intent as of right now.
Okay. Do you like just whomp, or do you just
Nope.
kind of crack it and look?
No, we sneaky boy.
As he opens the door, I nudge Seraphina and I go, watch this. I'll use prestidigitation to make a fart come out of the crack in the door.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I love it.
We're already dead.
Right in your face, Will.
Okay,
Right
so
in your face.
I am a deep gnome, and I posit this.
Yeah,
I'm
breathe
making a
deep in that
character.
fart, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fucking Louise.
I think that as a deep gnome, there are a lot of smells that I'm introduced to. And if this has a smell component to it, I think that he would not be phased at all. Like, at all. That is my take. Maybe I should do a roll for that.
That's your choice, Will. No, that's your choice. It's your character. Play him how you want to play him, bro.
I think that farts do not bother Mr. Ziggy Steelbones at all.
I think that says worse things about him than you
Also,
think.
Tanner, is it just the noise or is it the smell?
No, I do this fart smell. I just do the fart smell.
All right, Will, you catch the whiff of just like somebody definitely had some fried food last night, and they ripped ass.
Yeah, Ziggy turns around calmly and says, "I think someone died in here." and then he looks through.
Actually, Will, I will say, your eyes burn a little.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all right. As you peek through the left door, you see a hallway, and there's a row of doors. One door on that row of doors is charred and singed heavily, as if a fire broke out in that room. And then on the other side of the hall, there's a corner. It turns a corner.
So we've literally spawned into the room that
You have
that the
literally
entire
spawned
team
into
set
a
on fire in the
gallery
previous-
of a courtroom in
In
Port
Port
Wayward,
Wayward.
Fraser. Yeah,
Yeah.
but your characters don't fucking know that.
Yeah,
I
we
knew-
don't know
dude,
that, but I know that, and I'm just
Oh, dude, y'all have no idea how long I've been like waiting to say that opening for this campaign.
Okay, I will stride up to where Ziggy is, and I'll just swing open the door and walk past him and be like, "Excuse me, fart sniffer," and look in the room.
Okay, all right, Tanner, you see what I described before. It's a hallway of doors.
Okay, great.
One is charred and singed heavily as if a major fire broke out.
More doors, everyone.
Seraphina wants to investigate the other door. They went to the left. Seraphina
You're
wants
going
to
to
go
the right?
to the right
Okay.
side and
Okay.
investigate
All
over
right.
there, see
So-
what's happening.
Did you just pop it open, or do you?
Yeah, she's gonna open it.
Cool, you explode. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, cool.
That's the last time I used that joke. Last time I used that joke in this session, at least.
No, it's not.
All right, so you go to the door to the right, you pop it open, and it actually leads to just another caved-in hallway. So you can't really pass that way. Well, you
Nothing
could,
there.
but it would be probably a lot of work, a lot of effort.
Okay, cool. So nothing there. All right, so I go over to the left door then. Just wanted to see. Walk over there.
And you do notice from the cave-ins that water is leaking into the building very slowly, as if it may be raining outside.
Ziggy's gonna walk over to Cragmar Dextrel and say, "Well, you look like a gentleman that could wield his axe. Nice to meet you, Ziggy."
Yes, axe very nice. Too bad Cragmar no have one right now.
Oh, that's all right. We'll
And he
get that
reaches his
handled.
hand out to you to shake. Sorry.
Oh, I shake the hand, and these other two seem like blowhards. You look like a gentleman of integrity. Very nice to meet you.
They question Cragmar authority.
Well, I would never do that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let's go
Cragmar-
through this door.
Cragmar very authoritative.
The word is authoritative.
Don't listen to him. You can be authoritative all you want. All right, we go to the left door.
Okay, so you Ziggy and Cragmar go through the left door from the gallery.
Yes.
Seraphina, what are you doing?
I mean, Seraphina had already left the right door and walked over to the
Did
left.
she? Okay,
door.
I didn't
Yeah,
catch that. Okay. All right, so yeah, you guys are in the hallway. There's there's like 4 doors on the right, and at the end of the hallway, you see a corner that turns to the left.
Well, do we start trying doors, or do we see how far this hallway goes?
I'm not sure that the doors are really going to lead us anywhere productive. Maybe we just try to get out of the building.
Well, I mean, any of them could be an exit. It's not as if doors don't lead places. And you never know, maybe there's someone who knows something about this realm that we find ourselves in.
True. And I punched the shit out of the charred door.
Oh no.
As you
It has
strike
begun.
the door, it just splinters. Like it's been burned. It's not well. You know, it has no structural integrity. It just, which is not saying much, you know, for your character. But door splinters, and you see inside if you choose to go in and look.
Yeah, I think I will.
All right, you peek your head in, and you see basically a charred, burned-up office. There's just clear fire broke out in there, and there's a bookshelf, and there's a desk, and there's a nice leather. Well, it was a nice leather chair.
Are there any valuables in here?
Anything of value, you would have to actually go look for, Will.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for valuables.
While he does that, I'm going to cast Mage Hand with a flick of my wrist and a few words. And the spectral hand appears, and I use it to open another door nearby. Which one? He went to the charred door, so I'll do the first one on the left.
Okay, yep, you pop it open. Will, you find a couple gold coins that are, you find a couple of coins you don't recognize. You don't really know what they are. They're gold, but not like anything you've seen.
Okay. I pocket those bad boys for later use.
All right, Tanner, you pop into the next door, and it seems to be probably the same kind of office situation as the charred door. It's just not on fire. You do see also, Will, on the desk, the charred desk, there's a charred nameplate, and what you can read out of it is GILA, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I'll yell over to the door next to us. Hey, Mullet, anything interesting in that one?
I found these two really, really weird gold coins. I'll show them to you later.
Yeah, he said two. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this one is just an office. If you'd like to search through it, go for it, but I'm gonna try the next one.
Seraphina is just going to start walking down the hall and opening door after door. She's just walking down the hall. Boom, open the door. Boom, open the door. Boom, open the door.
Office. It's very clear
It's
that
all
this is...
Guys,
Yep.
it's all offices. I don't know that we're going to find anything of true value in here or a way out. I don't know if this is really worth our time even.
Bruce, is there an end to this hallway?
There is, yeah. So the opposite side ends and it cuts to the right, or cuts to the left. Sorry, it's the corner, and you can't see around it. It's very sharp, just at the end of the
Cragmar,
hall.
go this way! And he runs down the hall.
I was going to suggest that Cragmar goes that way, so yes, please, full speed ahead, Cragmar.
Cragmar don't listen to you.
Okay, well then don't do it. I don't give a shit.
Cragmar do because Cragmar want.
Okay, good. Go do that.
All right, Emily, you go to the end of the hallway, or Cragmar goes to the end of the hallway, and you hit the corner. Do you stop to peek around, or do you just fucking cut that bitch, and you're like, all right, let's go?
Cragmar full speed runs around the corner.
Yes,
All right,
he
you
does.
full speed run around the corner, and you see further down the hallway, no doors, just another corner. To the right this time.
Cragmar peeks back around the corner and goes,
There's another corner. Round this way. Cragmar, go.
Yes, go check that one out too.
Ziggy's gonna stop.
You guys really shouldn't antagonize him.
Why? What's the worst that can happen? He's a kobold.
He seems very nice. I'm not sure why you hate him.
Because he uses improper language, and hate's a strong word. I don't hate him. I don't hate you either. You just seem to be a gruff little man with no real manners and decides to just barrel forward alone when conversation
you, sir, are completely insufferable.
And he's gonna go follow. He's gonna go follow Cragmar down the hall.
I am what's known as serving, and I will also walk and follow.
serving.
Yeah, Seraphina's going to give him the what's your character's fake name? What's the name of your character?
Torian Real.
Torian Real. I gotta keep this somewhere. Torian. Seraphina's going to give Torian just kind of a slight look of disapproval and slowly follow behind him.
All right, so you guys all catch up to Cragmar eventually, but Cragmar makes it first. So as you round the second corner, Cragmar, you see a door. A large door. Double doors,
Just
actually.
one? That's it?
Yep, large double doors.
Cragmar's gonna call down from the hallway because they're not there yet. Door!
Okay, I like Cragmar already.
All right,
so
and he's gonna barrel straight towards the door, but he's gonna jiggle the handle.
Okay, you jiggle the handle. It doesn't seem to be locked.
Can I hear anything on the other side of the store before I open it?
Roll a perception check, please.
All right, just for a warning, Cragmar is not the most intelligent.
Well, this is wisdom, so maybe he's
Oh
wise.
shit, Cragmar is the most intelligent. How do I... Okay, here we go. 18!
nice roll.
All right,
Let's go.
You hear, you put your little non-existent kobold ears, because you don't have them,
He has
up
holes
against
or
the
something.
door. So
They're
you
holes.
press your horn against it. You use vibration to hear. That's how it works.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you hear, not much really.
Not much.
You hear the rain
Oh,
as it seems to cascade down on the cobblestone outside.
that's outside.
And as far as that, though, you don't really hear any noise. There's no voices, no footsteps, nothing of that sort.
Cragmar once again is going to yell down the hall.
Outside.
Inside! Outside! Near!
All right, he full swing opens the door.
All right, you slam that fucking door open, and plunk plunk from the door slamming into the concrete of the building, and you see a cobblestone city street.
Bruce, question.
Yep.
Kobolds. Okay, is Iliakis, is that an above ground or underground? What
It was
is
in a
the setting?
cave, so it was at the edge of a cave system.
Okay. Can Kragmar say that he has never seen the rain before, being so young and just freshly an adult?
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Ah, what the fuck is that? No, I'm sorry.
Ilyaskis. That's Ilyaskis. That's where it is.
Iliaskis.
Iliaskis.
Ilias. I can't, I'm trying so hard to pronounce it, but every time I see it, I see Askis. Iliaskis.
Whatever.
Okay. Why water? Waterfall.
I think at this point, could we have caught up to him?
Yes, you've all caught up to him. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
He
you see,
tried-
when the clouds get very, very heavy, they're made of water, and the water falls from the sky. We call it rain. Have you not
Will-
seen this before?
Will hurt?
He sticks a finger out to like poke outside of the door frame.
No,
A rain droplet hits his finger and he goes, ah!
will not hurt.
Kragmar not extra dead? Kragmar dead, right?
Are we certain that we're dead? I don't think this is how death works.
Kragmar remember dying.
It'll be okay, Kragmar. Just put your hood up and we're gonna go explore.
Alright, he does that. Puts his hood up.
Do we... Listen, I do apologize that I have been a little bit prickly for the introductions.
That's one word for it.
How do you say abrasive?
Well,
You
you've
say
just
it just
said
like you
it.
just said it.
So, but seriously, we all assumedly died and now we're here and you all seem to be just fumbling forward. Do we want to stop and think for a moment? Look, it's a city street where somewhere that isn't death. So, did we really die? And who gave us these markings?
Oh, I absolutely died. I absolutely died.
Kragmar has 1,000-yard stare, and the longer he stares, one of his eyes just starts going to the side. Little drool starts coming out of his mouth.
I swear, I tried to give the benefit of the doubt. I tried, and yet, I will actually. I'll pull out a handkerchief from my breast pocket in the inside of my jacket, and I'll take it out and I'll like try and hand it to him. Is he responsive, or is he still
No.
just staring at? Okay, I will dab.
He's just staring at the rain.
drool from his face, and then just kind of tuck the kerchief in his hand.
That catches his attention.
Oh, sorry. Sometime Kragmar get lost.
Do you have a brain injury?
I don't think so.
Do you have extreme ADHD?
What that?
We'll go with yes for now. All right. Is everyone else for exploring?
Be it circumstance or be it divine intervention, we all find ourselves in the same spot. Maybe we should try to cooperate. I'm Ziggy Steelbones. To those that didn't hear my introduction earlier.
I'll reach out my hand. Not as reluctantly as you might expect. Tori and Rio, 'tis nice to meet you.
I'll do the same. Once again, Seraphina Dawnstrider, pleasure to meet you. And she shakes his hand.
Kragmar!
Well done, Kragmar. And I'll reach over and pat him on the back.
So, these very unlikely circumstances find us together, and this rainy situation probably isn't the worst that we could run into. So, if everyone would like to venture forth, then I hazard that it is our only option as of now, unless we'd like to rot here on these steps.
I
So-
could not agree more. Now, listen, I have a lot of experience in planning heists. So, we could treat this like a heist.
I'm a fucking thief.
I'm a fucking thief. That's what I am. You see how I'm dressed. You see how small I am, and I'm very, very sneaky. So, we could treat this like a heist and maybe try to plan a little bit here.
It could be possible, but really we have no idea what we're up against, so trying to concern ourselves with variables that we don't even understand seems to be a little bit... I think we just proceed with caution.
Okay, everybody just follow me then. And we're going to just take off down I assume we're facing this alleyway. So we're going to just kind of take off and we're not running. We're going to be cautious and move kind of slowly.
Kragmar will use fist if needed.
You have your sword.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Wait,
You
we
do,
have
because it's your-
weapons or
She has her sword because it's her item.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So we just have our magic item.
So, Will, you have your Delver's Claws because that's your item.
Yep.
Since Kragmar appears to be the only one with a weapon at hand, why don't you lead, little friend?
No caution needed when I have weapon.
No, some caution definitely needed. Definitely needed caution.
Still need some caution for sure.
Yes.
Please, let's be cautious.
Okay, so as you guys exit the building to the rain-filled streets, it's eerie. There's nobody here.
It's quiet.
There's quiet. The silence is almost deafening, as odd as that may sound. There is rain, there is wind, and that is all you really hear as you walk.
I'll mutter, in quiet places and foreign... Nope, not that. In quiet spaces of foreign places, I'm sure there's something there.
We really should try to find someone.
As you all continue to traverse through the barren city, you do hear faint sounds off in the distance. Various directions.
What kind of sounds are we hearing? Or is there any kind of description we can get of different sounds?
Yeah, there is almost faint voices. Sounds of doors opening and closing. You see lights in alleyways flickering and dissipating.
Kragmar, see if you can lead us to an inn. There's gotta be an inn. It's a town.
If Kragmar had to guess, light.
He walks towards a light down the alleyway.
I will say, as I see them go down, I'll look over towards Ziggy and understanding that he's kind of a thief type character. Caution whispers soft and wise, while boldness digs its own demise. I believe we don't proceed with the kobolds so quickly.
I'm not sure that right now's the time for caution. Gotta find someone.
Okay, Fraser, what you doing? You just following Kragmar?
Yeah. I'm sticking a little ways behind Kragmar. I don't want to. If my thoughts are, if something happens to Kragmar unexpectedly, I don't want to be too near to it.
Okay, all right. So you guys are marching order is going to be Kragmar in the front, Seraphina after, and then Will and Tanner kind of bringing up the rear, right? With some space between each section of the group. Gotcha. Okay. Kragmar, you round a corner that you last saw the light. And as you round the corner, you see a lit up, what appears to be store window. Inside it are odd trinkets that you don't recognize and people in odd clothing moving about. Some of the people seem to be helping the other ones, and they're holding these trinkets in their hands and they're looking at them. On the walls, windows with moving pictures seem to be floating in the air, somehow mounted to the walls. The people in the shop are holding smaller windows in their hands with small pictures. You see pictures moving on all of these windows.
Are those fucking TVs and iPhones?
Oh my god.
You don't know, man. Your characters have no idea.
No, I know, but Will knows.
For the listeners and the players, though, you would recognize them as TVs and phones.
Wait.
I
How are
was sitting
these-
here
so we
like,
can-
what do you mean windows with smaller pictures?
So we can see these people?
You can't because you haven't run to the corner yet.
All right. I want to round the corner and look at what
You
is
see
going.
what Kragmar sees, yeah.
How are
absolutely.
how are these people dressed?
He said they were dressed in weird clothing.
Like you're dressed right now as a player.
They're dressed in like t-shirts and fucking shorts and flip-flops
Jeans and
with
ball
rainbow
caps.
symbols on
They
them.
actually have
Glasses.
zippers.
So they have
Purses,
modern
backpacks.
clothing on.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
this is
they're
a twist
holding
I did
phones.
not expect, Bruce.
I didn't
What
either.
the
Yeah,
hell?
what the fuck?
Bruce?
What the fuck are you
What the
doing?
fuck?
Okay,
You've dumped us into modern day?
so-
The doors are closed.
Ziggy's
They
gonna
don't seem to
look
see
at
you.
Ziggy's gonna look at everyone else.
What manner of sorcery is this?
Well, we've seen magical tablets and projections and spells that do very similar things before, so
I've
don't
never
think
seen
whatever-
a hot girl dance on a little tiny window.
well, then you, sir, haven't lived.
This is really, really strange. I've never seen people dressed like this or hold these devices that they're holding. What are those called?
Why are they looking at so many cats?
We could go and ask.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared.
We're gonna stick out like sore thumbs against these people.
I don't want to put my thumbs anywhere near them.
Crackmore, very big red thumb.
All right, listen, I can ingratiate myself with almost any group when trying, present company excluded. I will, let me step forward and see if I can find anything out.
Bruce, are they all humanoids or humans?
They are all humans, yes.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, Tanner. Celerev approaches the store.
Yeah, I'll if it looks like a storefront, then I will just open the door and step in.
You step in, almost as if you all have some strange lapse in consciousness. As Celerev goes into the store, the interior shifts. Celerev, you stand inside nothing but a dust-ridden, barren room of shelves. There's no people. There's no light. There's no windows with moving pictures. And as you all look into the room, and Celerev looks around, nothing you saw previous is there.
Fuck! Where did all the damned cats go?
As you are continuing, Kragmar, are you still in the lead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Suddenly, you see two small lights in front of you. They appear, and they're coming at all of you because you're all relatively grouped up on the same city street. And they get bigger and they get brighter. And behind the lights, you hear a roar begin. I need everyone to roll dexterity saves.
Yeah, I got a 12.
I got a 5.
Celerev has a 23.
I got a 13.
So as the lights fly towards you all attempt to scramble out of the way. Unfortunately, with a 12 and a 5, Seraphine and Kragmar, you are not able to get out of the way. The lights bear down on you, and behind them you hear roaring as if machinery existed behind them. You're terrified as you're unable to get out of the way. As you all scramble, just before the lights and whatever is behind them hit you, they disappear suddenly, as if they were never there. You all continue to trek around the city for a while, and the city seems truly devoid of life. You run into no one. You hear nothing other than strange sounds, strange lights. You make it to an area that has different stalls in it. It's probably some form of market, but it's abandoned. It's surrounded by alleyways and 2 to 3 story buildings, and even under the cloud-covered sky and the rain, you feel like it would have been a pleasant place to spend your time had the city been alive. I need everyone to roll perception checks.
Can I deceive my perception into being good?
No.
I got a 10 total.
I got a 13 total.
14.
15 total because I have a -1 perception.
Wow.
Nice.
Tanner, you're the only one who notices movement on top of a few buildings. There are people, and they are attempting to hide behind the chimney stacks and in the shadows. They are well armed, and you know they know where you are.
I will point it out to the others. On the rooftops, movement, well armed, following us. Everyone be prepared.
You have all been surrounded.
Ziggy's gonna quietly say, he kind of side eyes up to the roof to kind of look without being obvious.
Let's pretend we didn't notice them.
I think we dash into a nearby store, and I point to a door nearby.
I think that's a good idea from Torian.
Kragmar, we're gonna need your sword.
Kragmar, ready.
As you all did make this discussion, a few more men step out from the alleyways, and one of them approaches you and says, "Oh yeah, please do us all a favor and corner yourself in a store. It'd make this so much more easy."
Well, you already have us surrounded, so how much... Oh, what do you want?
Whatever you got, really.
We have nothing but the clothes on our backs.
The man talking to you has a spear and a shield, and he is armored, but not great. Nothing but the clothes on your backs, eh? Well, here's the problem. One of you's got quite a nice sword, and I think I'd like that. One of you, whatever's on your wrist there, I think we'd like that. So I'd like to see, maybe, the other two have got something fancy in there as well.
Listen, friend, if
Not
you...
exactly.
Fine. Facetiousness apparently eludes you. I don't think we're going to give up anything to some stranger who decides to be a ruffian on a street and confront us. 4 lonely individuals just trying to make their way through the rain. My goodness. But what I will say is this. And I will start to cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Suggestion
Okay.
on him. And I'll go ahead and use the thing in alchemy if I can. Boop. I need a wisdom save, DC 17. I know it says 15, but I have my item that bumps it up by 2.
Okay. We are moving to tactical mode. So I need everyone in the top right of your button. There's a small unfolded map. I need you to click that move to move to tactical mode.
Boop.
Oh, snap. This is so cool.
Hey, look at this.
So the 2 members here that you see are the ones on the roofs. As you look around, you notice more of them, like I stated.
So yes, I cast Suggestion. I need a DC 17 wisdom saving throw from that one guy.
Which guy is that on the map?
Is it Brigand 4?
It is, yep.
Friggin'
Brigand 4.
Brigand 4 seems to be enticed by whatever suggestion you are about to make.
So I say, tell your men we have nothing and leave us be. Well, we have nothing. And I can give you suggestion if you'd like the description.
Yeah, please do.
I'm suggesting a course of activity to try and magically influence this man. On a failed save, he pursues the course of action I described to the best of his ability. And it lasts for up to 8 hours, but it is concentration.
Okay.
Bruce, is there something that we notice about these guys? Do they have any distinct markings?
No, they do not.
Okay. I was just making sure that they didn't have something similar to us, because right now all we've seen are lights that go between different people.
There are no hands. However, I will say there are various tattoos on their necks, yes, but they are no hands.
No hands. Well, the only reason I was asking is because we're obviously in a place and we've got all of us got these marks. So my thought process was like, okay, do they also have these marks? And maybe that
No.
would give us some insight to where
They
we
do
are.
not. As far as you can tell from what is exposed, you do not see any black hands upon them. You do see various tattoos on their necks. They may be gang markings, but you wouldn't know what any of them are. And they are various kinds. So it's clearly that they were affiliated with something, but now they're just affiliated with each other. So Brigand 4, he takes a step back from you all and he goes, all right, gents, it appears they really don't have anything of value, so why don't we just round this off and let them go? Unfortunately, Tanner, it seems that you guys have only run into the rotten remnants of what exists in this city. And you hear the twang of a bowstring snap, and an arrow pierces the man who you spoke to's throat, and he falls.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'll follow the arrow where it came from.
Okay, damn.
And you hear one of the gentlemen from the roof say, "Fuck that, we can see what they got. Take it from them, boys."
Bitch.
And you are all surrounded by others.
Kragmar would like to see you try.
Ziggy is going to...
All right, hold on.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
If you guys want to do anything at this point, we have to roll initiative.
Okay.
So, here we go.
How do you roll initiative?
It should tell you now. I triggered it. It should tell you, or it rolls it for you, actually. It rolled it for you because I triggered it. So if you look at encounter in the top right, there's the encounters.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So right now, the highest initiative we have Archer 3. He's moving first. Archer 3 is gonna go. He's gonna aim at Kragmar because Kragmar's got a weapon. He's going to attack Kragmar. The archer unleashes 2 arrows from his bow on top of the building at Kragmar. Kragmar, what is your AC currently?
15.
Cool. As those arrows come down, you see him. You see him gliding through the air, and you have no issue sidestepping each one, and they land on the ground. And that archer
Okay.
says some expletives. He's mad that he missed. The next archer, it's archer number 2. Archer number 2 is across the bridge from you. He is going to attack. 2 shots from his longbow aimed at you because you're the one with the weapon. Kragmar, an arrow strikes you because he criticals.
Oof.
Oh shit. Okay.
You take 5 piercing damage.
Okay. Done.
Luckily, he only rolled a 1 to damage. All right, Will, Ziggy's turn.
Fuck yeah! All right, so Ziggy is going to, in this situation, as a first-time rogue, you got to help me out. In this situation, is it possible to hide since I'm completely surrounded?
It would be very difficult.
Okay. All right. So then instead, Ziggy is just going to run over to this one, the Brigand 2, that's now surrounded by him and Kragmar. And he's going to get behind him a little bit. I don't know what constitutes a sneak attack, but I'm going to punch him with my hands and fists. I got a Delver's Claw slash, actually. The Delver's Claw actually allows me to slash attack. So,
okay. Yep, you can do that. You can do the Delver's Claw.
Yep. So, can I, does this give any type of sneak attack or no?
Your character, I believe, if you are in range with another character, which you are, you should be able to do sneak attack. Because if
a conscious ally is within 5 feet of the target and I don't have disadvantage,
yes, so you are allowed to add your sneak attack damage to this.
Okay, perfect. So, bear with me. Sneak attack is a 1d4, correct?
Being at first level, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage.
1d6 damage.
And you are level 5, so your sneak attack at level 5 is 3d6 damage.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I feel bad for this guy if I hit. So, my attack is a 7. I deal 1 damage. Okay, well, never mind. I would have done a lot of damage had I rolled.
As you go to strike with your claws, the brigand's armor takes the brunt of the force, and he doesn't seem to be affected.
Oh, fuck. They got armor.
Which you were aware of before you did this.
Which you probably could have seen.
Okay, Kragmar. Will, do you do anything else?
I do not. I'm going to stand here and flank this guy.
Kragmar, it's your turn.
Yeah, I just need help setting up my sword attack on here.
So it's a long sword, so you would roll 1d20.
Right.
Plus your strength.
Right. Oh, plus my strength. Okay. I rolled a nat 1 on my first roll.
You did.
Wah, wah.
You swing the sword, and you're nowhere near him when you swing it.
Damn.
She swings in the opposite direction.
He looks at you and he goes, "Yeah, I'm glad I'll be taking that from you once we're done here." Tanner, it's your turn.
All right.
However, I need everyone to roll perception checks.
Oh.
13 total.
22 total.
11. 11.
11.
Nat 20. Oh, nat 20.
You got a 1 and a
shit.
20? Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, both ends of the spectrum, you know?
All of you hear the faintest sound of massive weight landing on a rooftop.
Something fucking wicked this way comes.
And initially, you can't quite place the location. After a few seconds, however, and this seems to even catch the people around you off guard, so they don't do anything either. But you begin to hear what sounds like nails on a chalkboard constantly, and the beating of a heart. And your eyes settle on something on the roof of a building in the far-off distance. You all see a ball of midnight black, crimson, and flecks of gold and it heads your way with predatory fervor. The men tighten their circle around you, clearly out to kill you. The thing you see in the distance approaches at blinding speeds, as it seems to stick to the tops and sides of buildings, leaping between buildings with ease, before it makes it to the market. It launches itself with animosity off the roof to another roof, tumbling through the air. From it, 3 arches of what feels like magic born of pure malice lances through the air at 3 men on the different buildings. It lands on the assailant on the bridge, and he explodes into gore.
Ugh.
Gross.
Well, one down, the rest to go. Fuck me.
The men on the buildings are cleaved in half by the energy, 4 dead in as many seconds. You all take a long, terrifying look at the creature in front of you. Lupine in form, the maw snarled with ivory teeth, the size of knives in it. Eyes, black as night. Fur, a mix of bloody crimson, black, darker than the abyss, and flecked with the gold of kings, covers the creature's body. It howls into the air, and you know you are prey before it. The group of men who've survived so far, they forget about you completely, and they close on it. A small figure lands in front of you, dressed in black leather, hooded and masked. He claps to get your attention.
Okay, yeah. Immediately look towards the figure.
Okay, do you all look at the small figure?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's better than looking at that fucking wolf thing. Pass.
All right. The small figure points to an alleyway, and he waves you guys after him, and he takes off, full sprint.
Well, I'm taking off.
Yep, full
I'll
sprint
follow
right
him,
behind
yep.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goodbye.
You
Proud of you.
follow, all of you, in pure terror at what you just saw. As you're sprinting through the alleyway following the figure, he's definitely weaving in and out of rubble, definitely weaving in and out of the alleys. I need everyone to roll acrobatic saves.
I got a 5 total. Yay me.
I got a 10.
I got a 12.
Oh, I got a 15.
You all are able to follow the small figure as he weaves in and out of the alleyways. As you cut a corner, however, Serafina, you're, based on the order you guys were out on the field, you're the second, and you don't notice the lumber on the ground, and your foot clips it and you fall. Kragmar and Ziggy, I need you both to roll strength. Actually, I need you both to roll athletics to see if you can help Serafina get to her feet quickly. As this is going on, you hear pure slaughter behind you.
I rolled an 18.
I rolled an 8 minus 1, 7.
Kragmar, even though you are small, you are mighty, and
I
you
am
are able
mighty.
to help Serafina to her feet. And you all continue to sprint through the alleyways, weaving in and out, following the figure in front of you. As you all scramble to get away, following the small figure, you make it to a place where there seems to be a large crack in the city walls. Behind you, the sounds of carnage have ceased. Another roaring howl emits into the air, and you know the beast is coming for you. Also, as you happen to pass a house, you hear very faintly from inside of it.
The
What
dog
was
barking
that?
was perfect.
That was amazing.
And then you also hear at
This is cartoonish. That's amazing.
and then you also hear a voice from inside the house. Thieves in the night.
Don't know why they-
Nice little sing song.
Don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that.
You make it to the edge, the beast is coming, you hear the sounds of nails on chalkboard as it scrambles across the tops
Ew.
of the roofs again. The small figure points to the cracks and he leaps through. Everyone, please roll athletics or acrobatic. Actually, athletics. Please, everyone, another athletics check.
Damn it.
I'm much better
Damn
at that. That's good. A non-natural 20.
Oh, I
wow.
got a 16.
Rolling real good. I got a 17.
Hey,
With a
we all
minus
did it.
17,
one.
We all did
16,
pretty good.
19,
Yeah.
natural 20, 17. You guys are spurred by your fear. You clear the crack. Serafina first with her roll. She actually does like a sick, nasty flip through it. She's Jediing through this fucking crack.
Hell yeah.
Kragmar's next. You begin to help the other two. Ziggy, he's through.
Celarev's through. Then Ziggy's the last one through. Ziggy, you scramble, and you hear it. You hear the monster closing in on you.
Do you know that feeling of like when something's behind you, you go, you know, like
Oh, your butthole tightens?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're experiencing. And you know it's going to be close. And you pop through the crack, and everyone else is looking, waiting for Ziggy to pop through. And he does, and he hits the ground. And just as he does, a massive claw slams through the crack and squeezes its hand, barely missing Ziggy. Ziggy, the force of the air causes you to be flung forward from this claw coming through. And the figure of the claw slowly retracts, and you hear a visceral growl and a pace. And you hear a visceral growl and the stomping of feet as it leaves the crack. The small humanoid that probably very likely saved all of your lives snaps again to get all of your attention, and he takes off into the field.
Ziggy stands up, dusts himself off, and says,
It's the first time I've really appreciated being short.
and then he takes off running after the guy in the field.
Yeah, I produce no words. I'm just like, yeah, nope, understood the assignment. And I follow.
Okay, everybody following?
Yep.
Okay. The party and their potential savior, you all take off through the fields, clearing the city by a good distance before they stop. You're all shaking, you're all terrified. The morning sun paints a beautiful sky as the rain dissipates over a green pasture outside of what would probably fool anyone for a normal, lively city from this distance. You all feel odd at the contrast of narrowly escaping death, only to be greeted by this. But it is soothing, especially with what you've been through. The figure pulls out a metal tube, and he unscrews the top as he sits down to take a break on a nearby rock. Steam emits from the top of the tube, along with an absolutely wonderful aroma. And you all recognize the aroma. It's coffee.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The figure pulls down his hood, allowing two large green ears to pop out. And he pulls down his mask to show his green skin and a snaggletooth grin as he looks back at you.
Coffee, anyone?